Businesses. They have facilitated the exchange of goods and services, as well as provide vital income for their employees. There are three main types of business ownership, as well as others: sole proprietorships, partnerships, limited liability companies, limited liability partnerships, public limited companies, private limited companies, and parent companies. First off, sole proprietorships. This is where an individual is the sole owner of a business. They are usually a small business, especially in terms of revenue and the number of employees. But there is a large number of sole proprietorships, particularly 3.3 million in the UK and 23 million in the US. The owner can decide the way in which the business is to be conducted and has the flexibility to restructure or dissolve the business whenever it suits them. A partnership is where two or more individuals own a business together to make a profit. They are usually small in size, but some partnerships, like accountants and lawyers, can be very large. There are about 407,000 partnerships in the UK and 7.4 million in the US. The partners to agree on the financial and management aspects of the business and whether they want to dissolve it. Sole proprietorships and partnerships are similar in multiple ways. They don't need a written agreement or formal procedures, so can start immediately, with exceptions such as a pub. The business of both types aren't legally recognized as distinct from its owner/owners, so will cease when the owner/owners die, and both have unlimited liability, so no distinction is made between the proprietor's personal wealth. Hence, if there are business debts to be paid, the creditor can seize the owner's assets, such as his house or car. Partnerships are in some ways better as they can share the burden of ownership, are able to raise capital better than a single owner, and the different partners can specialize. For example, in a law firm, each partner can specialize in a different section of the law. However, owners have to risk having partners who are unsuitable or incompetent. A limited liability company is a company where the owners of this business are liable for debts only up to the amount that they have agreed to invest in. This can be through shares. The business is granted a separate legal existence from its owner. It can have unlimited owners called shareholders, where they can vote out the director if they think they are badly running the company. Sounds like democracy in the workplace. The limited liability means there is a cap on liability in order to minimize risk. Without these limits, shareholders/owners would be reluctant to invest since business ventures are risky. In many cases, these owners of a limited company are not involved in the day-to-day running of the business. The owners limiting their liability makes it less risky than sole proprietorships and partnerships. But to create a limited company, documents of incorporation must be prepared that set out the objectives of the business and other aspects. Limited liability partnership is similar to a partnership, but the company, rather than the individual owners, are responsible for any debts incurred, similar to a limited liability company. Accountants and solicitors often use this type of partnership. There's other types of limited companies. A public limited company can offer its shares for sale to the general public, but a private one cannot. Private limited companies usually are smaller businesses where ownership is divided between fewer shareholders who are usually close to each other, for example, a family. In the UK, there's vastly more private limited companies than public ones. Most large businesses aren't a single company, but work as a group of companies. Basically, the parent company or holding company controls multiple subsidiary companies, usually due to owning more than 50% of the shares of each subsidiary company. A good example of this is Alphabet owning Google. Each subsidiary operates a separate aspect of the company. They may do this so that each part has its own limited liability, so financial problems in one part of a business doesn't affect another. Another reason would be an attempt to make each business part have some sense of independence and autonomy, or to create a market image of a smaller independent business. Hopefully my Brexit economic effects on immigration video will be out next week, and Merry Christmas. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give a like and comment, as it really helps my video in the YouTube algorithm. And if you like economics and political commentary, consider subscribing. Maybe follow me on my Twitter, and see you later.